What up, soul siblings? My name is Michael. Welcome to Misfit Tarot, the channel where you can come as you are and feel right at home, because when no one fits in, everyone has a place. So today's reading is going to be your predictions and advice for February 2023. Quick breakdown of how this is going to go. We're going to start it out with a song card. I've been making this deck with song titles and artist names, and I used it in my last reading. It was really cool the way that the song ended up tying into the overall energy of the reading, so I'm excited to keep using that from now on. After that, gonna do an energy check with some oracle cards, just see what your spirit team wants to tell me about your overall situation and kind of the themes we're going to be talking about in your reading. Then I'm going to pull out some tarot decks and look at your blessings and challenges. And then we're going to look into some inner child healing that's going to be helpful for you guys for the next month. And finally, I'm going to take one more oracle deck and get some advice from your higher self specifically. And then to end it off, we're going to use the Spark Magic matches as I always do. So as far as picking your group this time around, I brought out these butterflies because I felt it was very symbolic of the energy I've been feeling the last few months. I feel like has really been that cocoon stage, going within, making changes internally, reflecting. You know, we've had some retrogrades going on astrologically. It's been a lot of kind of, like I said, thinking, hermit mode type energy. And I feel like moving forward into the next couple months, it's going to be, taking all those things that we learned, reflected on, changes we've made to our mindsets, and really putting that into action and seeing the transformation in ourselves and our lives. So hope you guys are excited about that. I know I am. We got group 1, group 2, group 3. Take your time, pause if you need to, make your selection, whichever one is calling to you the most, and I will see you guys in your reading. Later. What up, group 1? You guys chose this beautiful butterfly here. This is going to be your reading on February 2023. Let's go ahead and get into it. Start out with my favorite deck of all time, of course, being that I created it. Like I said, in the last reading I did, it worked out very well. I'm hoping that it continues to go that way. If not, worst case, you guys get a good song out of it, because I only use songs where I pretty much know all the lyrics and can get the vibe and how it would connect to messages that we're getting. So I also explained with the last one that these index cards I got are very cheap. I can't do the overhand shuffle. I'll just end up with all kinds of paper cuts, so I just cut it in half like this. And you guys got Dream On by Aerosmith. Very good song. I think it's pretty obvious what that card is here to tell us, especially if you've heard the song. There's a part where he just repeats saying, dream on, dream until your dream come true. I think you guys are dreamers. You guys got some big dreams in your minds, and like I said in the intro, maybe you've been reflecting on how to make that dream a reality. Maybe you've already begun that process. Looks like whatever your dream is, or whatever your dreams are, that's going to be a big theme that we're talking about in this reading. So let's go ahead and see what else your spirit team wants to tell me. What do we got for group 1? Very, very nice card. I got that one for myself in a reading I did for myself recently. Love that energy. Now we're going to go with the Fantasma Oracle. This one was the Mystic Misfit Oracle. In case you guys have never seen that, love those ones. Love all the images on there. Alright, let's see what else we got. So since I have to shuffle, I will just start talking about that fairy card a little bit. The fairy pretty much has that energy of somebody being whimsical, fun. You know, fairies are known for being mischievous, that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see how that connects with everything. But obviously, you know, when we're talking about dreams and making them come true, our dreams are supposed to be fun. Our dreams are supposed to bring us joy, and I think that's why that fairy card is coming out here. We also got the Enchantress and the Bat. And now we'll go to the Intuition Oracle and see the last little piece of the puzzle here, as far as what your spirit team wants me to know and wants you guys to know going into February. Jeez. Well, I guess it's this one. The Actor. I know how to act properly and wisely in this situation. And here, if you guys want to see the artwork on that one, see if anything stands out to you symbolically, means anything. All right. So, now let's go ahead and dive a little deeper on these. So I like to go to the book on all of these just because most of the ones I have very brief explanations anyway, and I always like to say it just in case maybe something pops out to you guys that I might not pick up on. Obviously, it's a general reading, so I can't get little specific things for everybody. It's more the general energy. So, fairy. The fairy embodies whimsy and faith, spirituality, feminine energy, childhood, beauty. Love that. Alright, so as far as these two, the Enchantress, you've got the confidence, the class, and the bod to manifest your every desire. Embrace who you are and show off that awesomeness to the world. Alright, so, I mean, yeah, like it says there, as far as making your dreams come true, this is giving me magician energy. It's pretty much saying you have everything you need. You got the confidence, you got the class, and you got the bod. I mean, literally, we have our human bodies here to help us manifest our desires and achieve our dreams and ground, you know, our spiritual beliefs and our dreams into the earthly realm, into reality. So, embrace who you are and show off that awesomeness to the world. So yeah, definitely a message coming through there of, you know, whatever this dream is that you have in your mind, your spiritual team is behind you, and this is exactly what you're meant for. If you're having any doubts, throw that out the window. Like it says here with the fairy card, it's time to have faith. It's time to have faith in your team. It's time to have faith in the universe to not just take away your dreams and not just let you have these dreams and not realize them in your lifetime. It's time to have faith in yourself. Like it says, faith in your abilities, faith in your body to get these things done. We'll move on to the Bat now. Some may discount you for your less desirable traits, but make no mistake, your strengths allow you to accomplish tasks that no one else can do. You are a flying mammal. That's pretty cool. I never even thought about bats that way, that they're a flying mammal. That's definitely going to stick with me, probably with you guys too. But yeah, one of the readings I did recently was, what are your superpowers? So if you guys haven't checked that out, I would check that out too with this coming out, because it's saying that maybe you're focused on how other people might view some things about you, or even how you yourself view some of your quote-unquote less desirable traits. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all have certain types of flaws, and we all have weaknesses, basically. But we also have these incredible strengths, and those become our superpowers. And this card is definitely coming out to tell you to focus on that. The fact that both of these came out together, definitely shows that, that's a big message, is to have confidence in who you are and have confidence in what makes you different. A lot of times when we're achieving our dreams, usually our dream is something that already exists out in the world, so there's some level of competition to it, where we might think, oh, how am I going to stand out amongst all these people that are trying to do what I'm doing? And this is the answer. The things that make you different, think about your strengths and play to your strengths. Don't look at somebody else and say, oh, they're successful and they're like this, I'm not like that. Should I be more like that? Absolutely not. The thing that's going to make you successful is going into that world where that person is, and you having something completely different to offer, so that people who aren't looking for that thing in that other person can see you and say, oh, actually, I relate more to this person. I like more the way that they do things. So, yeah, definitely a big message here to be confident in yourself. Your differences are what's going to make you stand apart. It's what's going to help you achieve your dream. And again, with this fairy card, really have fun with it. Like, of course, when we're trying to achieve our dreams, we want it so bad. We don't want it to fail. It can take a lot of the fun out of it. It'll add a lot of stress into the situation. The fear can take over. So with this fairy card coming out, your spirit team is just really asking you to focus more on having faith, focus on your dream, and believe that that dream can be a reality. It might not come to fruition exactly the way you're thinking, but it will come about. Just don't give up, and remember to have fun with it. Don't get bogged down in, don't ruin your own dream by turning it into work. And definitely don't ruin your dream and ruin what makes you special by trying to conform to what other people are doing or trying to be like anybody else. And that's makes sense that I pulled out these butterflies for this selection, because like I said, everyone in the cocoon, they look the same. It just looks like a cocoon, but when the butterfly busts out, we all have different things to offer. So like I said, moving forward, this butterfly energy, that's going to be, like I said, what's going to make you stand out. You have to realize what kind of butterfly you are, who you are coming out of this cocoon stage, and how you're going to express yourself in the world. So that's very exciting. I'll move on to this actor card. I know how to act properly and wisely in this situation. It says, it is time to become aware of the politics of your situation. Life is a game, and games have rules. Excuse me. Sometimes appearances are very important, and style is as important as substance. Acting was one of the 3 holy arts of ancient India, because an actor imitates the divine spirit when a character is brought to life to play a particular part in a drama. Furthermore, the ancient sages knew a powerful technique for achieving goals that is only now becoming known again. The technique of acting as if the desired goal has been attained. Sometimes you should act, and most importantly, feel as if things are the way you would like them to be. This will alert and inform your powerful subconscious mind as to how you would like things to be, and your mind will then immediately begin using your intuition to guide you to your goal. You may then begin to see that things start moving in that direction as if by magic. It may also become clear to you that you need to readjust your priorities and your life. Well said. So makes sense. I mean, like I said, with the lyrics of this song saying, dream on, dream until your dreams come true, this fairy card coming out saying, you know, to have faith. This bat card coming out to say, you know, don't dull your shine, don't try to fit in, embrace what makes you different. This actor card coming out is saying that, you know, really, you know, how I was saying before, focus on what you want. The way I think of it myself when I'm trying to manifest my dreams and turn the, I guess, intangible into tangible things is, yeah, just like the card said, imagine as if your life is already like that. And if you imagine that and you're like, oh well, that can't happen until I change this in my life, then make that change. You know, once you start to think as your dreams actually being here, like tomorrow or today, it will help you automatically start changing things about your life that are not in alignment with that. When you leave it as some ethereal thing, as like, oh yeah, one day my dream will be easier to achieve, or one day I'll have the means to make my dream a reality, then it's just going to stay in the future like that. You're not going to change your life now because you're like, oh, one day it'll all sort itself out. You know, the whole thing that I love about tarot and divination in this way is that it keeps us in the driver's seat. It's never like, I'm going to tell you your future and there's nothing you can do about it and that's just how it's going to be. Like, every single thing that comes out in any of these readings, whether it's mine or anybody else's, there's an element of your will and your choice to that. So, again, when it comes to your dream, don't ever step out of that driver's seat. Like, yes, there are times when you will do everything that you can do and you have to kind of wait on, you know, divine timing, which fucking sucks to hear every time, but you know, that's also still you in the driver's seat. That's you in the driver's seat saying, okay, am I going to keep pushing forward and force this thing? Or am I going to sit here and have faith that, you know, this next part is not up to me, and have faith that the universe will kind of help me on that next step? So yeah, this actor card, very, very powerful as far as manifestations come. Whoever this dream version is of yourself, of whatever your dream is, if it's a dream relationship, you know, think about, I always say this, like, don't just think about your dream partner, think about how you are going to be in your dream relationship. How are you going to act as their partner? And then again, if you're like, oh, our relationship would be like this, and you're not really in that situation, then, you know, again, you'll be more likely to make those changes now than waiting on once you're actually in the relationship and waiting for your partner to tell you, like, hey, you know, have you thought about this? Or something like that. And again, you know, if it's like a business type dream, same deal. You know, make those small steps now and just imagine, what is my dream life? You know what I mean? What is my dream job? And then slowly but surely you'll start to put in the work now and put together the pieces of how you can actually make that your reality and you can live your dream. All right, so I'm going to put these aside here so I can refer back to them. But that's the general energy and the main themes and messages going on here for February. Now I'm going to take the Britt's Third Eye Tarot and ask your team about some blessings that are coming in for you guys that can help you with this goal. And again, with blessings, we can tell you the blessings that are coming, but there is going to be some element of you using your free will to make choices to, you know, capitalize on these things. All right, what else? Okay. Let's see, do we have one more? Do we have another blessing for group 1? There it is. I had a feeling since they were all kind of coming out halfway that it's like, yes, there's one more coming. Just give us a second. Okay. So, start here with the King of Swords. One blessing for you guys in February, and sometimes these blessings are things that already exist within you, and this is just telling you like this is something you're blessed with that is going to help you at this particular time. So in that case, this is one of those things where the King of Swords is something that you're blessed with already. The King of Swords is somebody who has a very good judge of character. That's what I always get from this particular image, being that there's this kind of third eye looking symbol on the gavel. It makes me think of somebody who has very good judgment. So, when it comes to your dream, use your good judgment on yourself. I think the energy I'm getting with those initial messages is that you don't judge yourself fairly right now. You might have some kind of like imposter syndrome where you don't see your own beauty at times, if not most of the time. So what's coming through here is they're telling you, judge yourself more fairly. The King of Swords is somebody who takes, emotions out of the situation and they see things how they are. I'm sure when you see yourself, there's trauma involved, there's past limiting beliefs involved, there's old habits involved that cause you to not see yourself, objectively and see yourself the way you are. Think about the things that you've accomplished up to this point. I'm sure you've done a hell of a job getting from where you've been to where you are. Take notice of that. Give yourself credit for that. And moving forward, again, see yourself as this enchantress, like being somebody who is enchanting, who can bring about what they want, who can charm people, who can accomplish the things that they want because they have this glowing confidence. It's kind of giving me Queen of Wands energy as well. So yeah, that's the energy I'm getting here and again with these scales coming out on the swords represent our thoughts and actions. Be fair to yourself. That's what those scales are telling me, is like scales represent justice. Like, are you being just with yourself? Are you being fair to yourself? Are you treating yourself kindly? Probably not. You're probably shitting on yourself more than you need to. You're probably limiting yourself more than is helpful to you. And I know that's just so much easier said than done. Oh, treat yourself right. Oh, see yourself the way you are. Again, these blessings are many times something we have to work on. So, if you guys can work on this, become aware of when you guys are having negative self-talk and change that. Like I said, this bat, it was really cool, the description that they had in the book on this one. A lot of people can look at the bat and say, oh, it's ugly, oh, it's weird, like, it's scary, whatever, all these negative things, but they put it in a way where I was like, oh, damn, bats are hella cool. I mean, I already thought they were cool, but where it's like they're a flying mammal. Like, that's something that you just don't see. You see flying insects, you see flying birds, but flying mammal, that's something that's pretty special, So, see yourself as that special, beautiful being that you are, and that will definitely be a blessing to help you, achieve this dream or these big dreams that you guys have. Okay, moving on to the Hanged Man in reverse. I think that's kind of going with that energy that I was describing in the intro, where the last few months everything's been retrograde and it's kind of been holding us back, telling us sit back, reflect, see things in a different way. That's what the hangman the hangman represents, is somebody who's taking a break, you know, seeing things from a different way. I think you've done that, and with this coming out in reverse, the blessing that's coming for you in February is going to be that now it's time to, you know, press play again. Basically, you were on pause, you know, from taking action. Now it's time to press play again. It's time to come out of the cocoon. It's time to be the butterfly and take action. And that's going to be, you know, something very refreshing to you. I'm sure for a while it's just been like, either you don't know what the next step to take is, or there's things you had to cut out of your life, there's habits you needed to change. Whatever it has been, you've been making changes and it just hasn't been the time to act. I think in the month of February, you guys are going to have lots of opportunities to take action. So, you know, really don't sleep on that. And this King of Swords energy is very important, because if these opportunities are coming to you and you don't have the right amount of confidence, and you're telling yourself, "Oh, I'm not good enough to accomplish that," or "I'm not ready for that," like I said, these blessings are going to pass you by. So stand in your energy of this king. You've been, you know, doing the hard work. You've been in the hermit mode. You've been reflecting on yourself. Now work on that self-confidence, and when these opportunities start coming to you, make sure you jump on them. You know, really listen to your intuition. If you find yourself overthinking about something, stop that as soon as you can, because if you're ever overthinking about a situation, that usually doesn't lead to making the best decision, in my experience. Whenever I find myself overthinking about something, I start saying, okay, like, I'm thinking about this so hard. Is this even something that I want to do? And then I'll kind of give myself a break, and then I'll come back to it, you know, a little later, however much time will allow you to take a break on making that decision, and then just try to make the decision, you know, based off your gut, based off, is it going to be fun? Is it going to, is it going to be fun? You know what I mean? Like, is it going to benefit you? Is it aligned with your highest good? Because a lot of times when we're overthinking, we can start thinking about stuff other than just if it's fun, or if it's in our highest good, or if it's gonna help our dream come true. We start to think like, oh, if I don't take this opportunity now, is it never gonna come back again? Like, am I really ready for this? You know, all kinds of extra stuff that can come in. I think this is, the energy is telling me to, you know, really go with your gut, because you have strong intuition, and, you know, take advantage of opportunities that come to you. Not every single one might be for you, but like I said, you have good judgment, you're very intelligent. Just try not to overthink things, basically. With this Page of Cups in reverse, I think the fact that it's coming out as a blessing would suggest that. So the Page of Cups talks about being open to new ways of expressing yourself, open to new creative ideas. So with it coming in reverse, though, and with the rest of the energy, what I'm getting is that I think when it comes to your dream, you already know what it is. You don't really need to be open to more new creative ideas. I think you have the creative ideas. And like I said, maybe it's been holding you back a little bit, or kind of confusing you. You know, a lot of times with retrogrades, we can feel confused. like I said, maybe you've been looking to other people that are doing what you want to do, and you've been trying to be open to different ways of doing things and saying, oh, maybe I can do it that way. Maybe if I do it that way, I'll be successful. Or maybe if I do it how they're doing it, I'll reach my success more quickly. I think what this is telling me is to, like, again, let that go. Trust with the ideas that you have. Trust with the original ideas that you have. Again, listen to your gut. Don't get into your mind overthinking about what should I be doing? What is this other person doing? How did this other person reach their success in this field? Like, don't worry about any of that. Life is an adventure. Make this an adventure. And like I said, think about your dream. When it comes to your dream, what does that end result look like? For example, if you wanted to start like a clothing company, like, what does your clothing look like? What is your brand? And, rather than taking your really cool, unique idea, your dream, and then, what do you call it? Like, what's the word? The only thing that's coming to mind is like bastardizing it with other people's influences. Like, just stick to your own influence. I mentioned this in another reading, but I'll bring it up again. I listened to this interview by Rick Rubin. He's like a music producer, and he was talking about how his opinion is when you're creating something, and with this Page of Cups coming out, it very much speaks to creation. So I think you guys are trying to create something. You're trying to create your dream. But basically, when you think about the audience, it can really fuck up your craft and what you're trying to do. But when you look at yourself as the audience and you do it to please yourself as the audience, that's when you can really create something beautiful and create something timeless and create something unique and create something impactful to the world. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting from this Page of Cups is stop looking around to what everybody else is doing and just focus on your dream. What does your end product look like? And really just go for that and stick to that, no matter how much other people might not see it along the way. Don't let that sway you, because the more that you focus and you stay dedicated, the more, like I said, the universe will start helping to attract those people to you, the people that really appreciate what you're doing, the people that are really going to respect what you're doing, and the people that are looking for specifically what you have to offer. So very cool energy there. I will move on now to the challenges. Fun stuff. I don't blame if you guys skip right through this section, but I wouldn't, because in my experience, the more we try to avoid problems, avoid challenges, they don't go anywhere. They just come back stronger. And that's when you end up with the tower moment and everything falls apart right in front of you because you've been putting it off for so long. Alright, so challenges for Group 1, February. Nope, did not pop out. Challenges. Ten of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Aha. Alright, I'll do one more. If there's any more challenges, let it come out right now. Any more challenges? Okay, one more. Okay. So, challenges for you guys. Ten of Cups talks about wish fulfillment, fulfilling your dreams. So, I mean, in a simple way, obviously that can say a challenge is going to be fulfilling your dream in all the ways that you want it. But a little more specifically, what I'm getting from this is maybe because you guys' dream is so big and it's so fantastical and it's so wonderful, maybe you guys don't even think it all the way through because it's so, like I said, your end result that you're reaching for seems so far out of reach from where you're at right now that you don't even think into it too hard because it doesn't seem like there's any point. But I think with this 10 of Cups coming out as a challenge, I think, a challenge to you from your spirit team right now is saying, get out the pen and paper or your computer or however you like to journal stuff down or write notes. And, really, I mean, if you can, I would suggest get one of these. I got this at the dollar store. It's now $1.25, but still, I mean, $1.25 for something like this. This is obviously my dream journal, but you guys can get one of those. Or like I said, if you don't like that, use your computer, fine, or your phone, whatever. But something where you're going to look at it. I usually like doing things in a physical book like that because then it can all stay together and it's just more symbolic to me of, especially for you guys, if that's like I guess that would be a dream journal for you guys too, but it's not your sleeping dream, it's your waking dream. So yeah, I would suggest that you guys do something like that and really just start writing out everything that you want to have. What is your wish that you're trying to fulfill? What is this beautiful fantasy that you want to live out? Like, write it all down, get it out there. Don't be afraid to speak it, and you'll see things start to come to fruition much more easily than when you just keep it in the back of your mind and are doubting it all the time. Like, just be fucking crazy. I always say I'd so much rather be crazy and for people to think I'm like stupid for dreaming so big than to just be boring and normal and fitting in and taking the easy way out and doing, things that I know are going to work out. Like, it's much more fun. It's much more enjoyable to just be crazy and freaking see what you can do in this lifetime. We only have so much time. Fucking go for it. So yeah, challenge to you guys, really, really commit to your dream. Don't leave yourself any type of, oh yeah, I'm kind of working on this dream, but it might not work out. Like, no, don't be afraid to tell people, this is my dream, and this is what I'm working on. No matter what their reaction might be, they might, look at you like, oh yeah, you and everybody else is trying to be a content creator. Like, good luck with that. Like, thank you. I will take that and I will use that, to manifest my reality. And maybe you don't believe in me now, but I'm sure once, I put in this hard work for however long it takes and I have however many, followers you think is acceptable as being successful, then you'll believe in me and you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. I believed in you the whole time, you know what I mean? Whatever, I don't know. I'm not trying to get too much into that, but I know how it is, how it feels when you're going after your dream and it's so fantastical that people just kind of react like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm sure that will happen. Like, good luck to you. But yes, you guys absolutely have it in you. We all do. And yeah, this is a challenge to you to really commit to it. And don't leave yourself, any backups or anything like that. You deserve to achieve your dream. Okay? Wheel of Fortune coming out as another another challenge for you guys. Wheel of Fortune talks about, unfortunately, anyways, talks about divine timing. So, I think it's going to be tough for you to have to, like I said, wait on divine timing sometimes. There are seasons of life, you know what I mean? And when it comes to achieving your dream, you have to go through the stages. You have to go through being in the beginner stage. You have to go through the failure stage. You have to go through the veteran stage, and then you have to go through some more failure, and then you have to go through the mastering stage, and then some more failure. It's like achieving your dreams is not easy. If it was, everybody would be out here living heaven on earth, and we would all have our dreams fulfilled every second of every day. It's not fucking easy. But again, is it more worth it to, because part of being human is suffering, point blank, period. Ask Buddha. But would you rather be suffering while you're just living this mundane existence and just getting by, or would you rather be suffering while you're also achieving your wildest dreams and having fun and inspiring people and surprising yourself? So yeah, basically a message coming out here, a challenge for you guys is going to be the amount of time it's going to take to achieve your dream, and kind of working with the universe. We're always co-creating with the universe. It's not like we're just these all-powerful beings, and with the pure force of our will, we can make anything happen whenever we want. We can make anything happen, and we can use our power of will to make things happen, but there's also this other element, which is why this card of the Wheel of Fortune exists, is like, there are bigger things at play here, and we need to appreciate that, and appreciate that there's this big divine power trying to help us out, and they're working in our favor. But just remember, as humans, we're going to want things in a certain amount of time, and the universe is going to be like, well, it can't really be done in that amount of time. I need some time to put this piece in this place and put this piece in this place. You're going to have to kind of just wait and work on this part of it for now. And sometimes what you need to work on is patience. So yeah, that goes very well into the last card that came out, Knight of Crystals in reverse. Knight of Crystals would be the Knight of Pentacles and the original Rider-Waite Tarot. So the Knight of Pentacles, or I'll just say Knight of Crystals since that's what we're seeing in this deck here. Knight of Crystals is the slowest moving knight in the tarot cards. I don't know why I'm blanking so hard on how to say that, but he is the slowest moving knight of all the knights in the tarot. But he is very determined, and he is very powerful, and he always reaches his destination. His or hers or theirs. Sorry, I don't mean to keep saying his. It's just there's a guy on this card. But yeah, the Knight of Pentacles, very slow moving, takes their time, but always reaches their destination. So again, with this being in reverse, I see that it might be a challenge for you guys to go with that flow. It seems like you guys maybe, and it makes sense. I think we all are subject to that with social media being what it is. You're exposed to so many people, and so many people saying, oh, I did this, I blew up out of nowhere, and it's like, you want to do that too, because obviously wouldn't it be nice if my dream was just here now? But there's always stuff behind the scenes that we don't see going on, and especially for you guys, this is your spirit team telling me specifically for you guys, your journey is not going to be a quick one. It's not going to be an easy one. Sorry to say it, but it will be worthwhile, and you will get there, no doubt about it. And again, like I said, as long as you stay dedicated, this isn't saying that your dream will come true if you just sit there and trust in the universe and you don't do all this work that's coming through here. You will have to work at it, but it will be worth it, and you will reach your destination. Just please practice patience and learn to enjoy the journey. I think that came up a little bit earlier in the reading. I don't remember exactly how I brought that up, but it was when I was talking about fun. Like, try to have fun with it, at every stage of the way. We can really suck the fun out of life, and we can take the enjoyment out of life and add more suffering to life when we're looking at the end result and we're not appreciating where we're at right now. So, I think that is pretty self-explanatory. Like, as you go through your journey, when you're at the beginning stage, enjoy that beginning stage. You'll never get it again. Pat yourself on the back, really reward yourself, celebrate your smallest victories. Do not look to anyone else to celebrate your victories. Somebody else might see a milestone for you as something that doesn't really matter or it's not impressive. But if you impressed your fucking self and you know how much work it took to get you to that little small milestone, appreciate yourself, celebrate that, be happy about that. Because that will just keep you motivated, and that will fuel your fire, and that will keep you in this attitude of gratitude that will keep bringing you more and more abundance and beauty and friendship and fun into your life. All right? So moving on now to the Inner Child Oracle. Let's see what kind of inner child healing is going to help you guys out in February. And I apologize in advance if this gets heavy. Many times I even get emotional and cry about these. Can be triggering, and inner child stuff is not easy. But especially when it comes to achieving dreams and being our best selves and having confidence, this is stuff that we got to work on and we got to heal if we want to, be our best selves and achieve what's aligned with our highest good and the good of others. Okay, so group 1. Oh, snap. I'm going to have to do both. I think they both fell out for a reason, so let's see what we got. We have Sasha with resilience in reverse and Sakura with love. Okay, so first we're going to go to Sasha with resilience in reverse. Okay, so Sasha. Okay. It says, when reversed, you may be following the crowd too much. How can you stand on your own 2 feet? So that makes sense. That came out a few times in the reading. I was feeling that energy of maybe you guys are looking to the outside too much for confirmation and for how you need to be doing things. So now I'm going to read just the upright meaning, because sometimes there's a lot of extra meaning in there as well, but I just wanted to give you the reason this came out in reverse is because it says you may be following the crowd too much. How can you stand on your own 2 feet? So again, confidence in yourself and what makes you special and what makes you different is a big theme here. But let's see what else Sasha has to say. My name is Sasha. I stand in my power so you can learn how to stand in yours. I am a natural leader and I love bringing people together. I find fulfillment and validation in creating togetherness, but sometimes it gets lonely when everyone looks to you for guidance. I want everyone to feel like they can count on me, so I wear my mask of strength and resilience a lot. Others think I am intimidating. Do you find yourself running the show in many of your circles and relationships? Are you the one everyone else turns to for advice or support? Sometimes this makes it hard to be open and vulnerable yourself. There is a fear that if people see your humanness, they might not turn to you as their leader, which makes you uncomfortable. Sasha is here to teach you that it is possible to be open, vulnerable, and connected to others and still be in a leadership role. Most people feel safer with someone they can relate to on a more personal level. This is a time to reflect on what or who taught your inner child about communicating, emotions, and leadership. Okay, so yeah, definitely, like I said, is some more recurring things about, being yourself, being open about who you are, not trying to be anybody else. So that's what Misfit Tarot is all about. So it makes sense that you guys came and watched this reading. Best of luck to you with that. I'm also going to show you some remedies and journaling questions for this card. Okay, so you guys can screenshot that and work on that in your own time if you like. And then the mantra for Sasha is, "It is safe for me to be open and vulnerable." And then again, with it being in reverse, I would say it's safe for me to be myself would be another thing that you guys can say to yourselves as a mantra to help you through this month. So now let's go ahead and see what Sakura has to say with love. Okay. My name is Sakura. I embody pure, unconditional love for both myself and others. Because I love myself first, I have strong boundaries and clearly communicate what I want and need. I don't take things personally because I know other people's behavior is not a reflection of me, but rather their own woundings. Therefore, I can hold love and compassion for others, even those who have caused me harm. I see the love and truth in all. Each person defines love differently because each person experienced what was called love differently. A child who grew up in an abusive household calls pain love. That is one way trauma bonds are created. A child who grows up showered with gifts will call that love, even if only subconsciously. And so on. People show up for others and accept love from others based on their learned perception, oftentimes falling into codependent, people-pleasing, or avoidant behaviors. Because they never learned to love and value themselves in a healthy way, they cannot love or accept healthy love from others. Sakura comes to visit to assist you in noticing where your vision or definition of love might be blurred or unhealthy. Are you noticing unhealthy or unskilled behavior in relationships and calling it love? Are you excusing toxic or red flag behavior and calling it love? It's time to start creating and learning a new definition of love, starting with self. Sakura is here to remind you that self-love and healthy boundaries are the best way to create healthy and loving relationships. All right, and the mantra for Sakura is, I love myself. I deserve healthy and unconditional love. And then there's the remedies for her. And there's some journaling questions. Might help you guys out. And this page just fell out. That's interesting. All right. So yeah, as far as Sakura, I'm not sure if this is all about what we've been talking about. This might be a little extra message coming in from your spirit team to say, the way that your relationships are going right now is affecting your ability to achieve your dreams. Especially, if one of your dreams that you're working on manifesting is, a beautiful, loving relationship, or, could be multiple types of relationships, friendship relationships, relationship with your family, relationship with a partner. But very strong, powerful, universal message there with Sakura that no matter what it is, it all starts with yourself. The more love that you can have for yourself, the more acceptance that you can have for who you are, the more that will spill out into the rest of your life. For example, if you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, let's say, I don't know, you hate your hair and you really just like get down on yourself about your hair, and you wish you weren't born with this hair, and you're just really not accepting and not loving of your own hair, then when anybody makes any type of comment about your hair, you're going to get crushed, and then you're going to have maybe hatred for that other person, and it's just going to cause all of this suffering. And you might focus it towards the other person. Why would they say that? That's so rude, all this kind of stuff. But if you work on your relationship with yourself, and like I said, looking in the mirror and appreciating your hair and being like, you know what, my hair is different, or my hair is this, and I love that about myself, you know what I mean? I accept myself. If my partner was saying this about their hair, I would tell them that I love it the way it is. Like, why can't I do that for myself? However it's going to go down, there's many ways that you can learn to give more love to yourself and accept yourself and your body and your personality how it is. But, if you can do that, then if somebody says something about your hair, it's not even going to affect you. You're going to be like, okay, well, that person probably just has insecurity about their looks, and people probably bully them about some aspect of their physicality, so now they do that to other people because they're subject to unconscious behavior, and maybe it makes them feel better or whatever. Like, it's really not going to fuck up your day that much. You're going to be like, I know my hair's dope. Because a lot of us, we can kind of rely on someone else. We can be like, oh, well, my partner loves me the way I am, so I don't need your approval. But then what happens if your partner's not around, or your partner can't tell you that? You know what I mean? Like, then you're by yourself. Like, do you love it the way it is? And sometimes a partner can help us with that. They can show us that love and show us that who we are is acceptable, and that's beautiful. But it also has to be done on a personal, internal level as well. So again, don't want to go on too much about that. I think it makes sense to us there. So now let's move on to the final piece of advice, and I'm just going to call on your higher self for this one, because your higher self is the version of you that knows how to get this dream, that is confident, that accepts themselves, that sees their beauty, that sees their purpose in this world, knows that they have a lot to offer. They love you unconditionally. They're guiding you. So yeah, let's see what they have to say as far as this next month goes. Princess, you can be your own knight. All right. You may be in a dire situation you need escaping from. Rest assured you have the power within to persevere. You already know you don't need to be rescued by a charming prince or a chivalrous knight in shining armor. You've got your own shield and sword, and you got your own shield and sword, and God's help anyone who thinks they can do a better job. All right, love that. That really is a strong message at the end here to say that confidence is key for this next month for you guys. So many times I found myself in this reading saying, don't look to others, don't worry about what others are going to say, don't worry about what others are doing. I just a second ago said, don't rely on others to give you that confidence in yourself. Really spend some time alone working on your confidence with yourself, and take that out into the world. Test yourself. Like, you can only do so much in that cocoon mode. You can only tell yourself so many times, oh, I'm confident. But until you actually go out in the world and test it, until you go out in the world and you say, hey, this is my dream, and then let them react however they're going to react, and stand in that power, or see if you're going to stand in that power, or if you're going to crumble and be like, oh yeah, well, it might not happen, or if you stand there and you say, yeah, I know it's crazy, but like, you'll see, one day I'll be there. I have no doubt in my mind. You know what I mean? Or, I mean, you could have doubts. You could be like, I know it's a little crazy. I doubt it sometimes too, but I'm going for it, and I'm not giving up until I get there, because I believe, Believing in something doesn't mean that you never have doubts. I shouldn't have said that, but, we try. Nobody's perfect. But yes, confidence, very key. Believe in yourself. Believe in all the power you have. That's really speaking to this Enchantress card that came out. You have everything you need to do what you're trying to get done. All right. So yeah, let's go ahead and end it off with the Spark Magic Matches. If you're not familiar, I pull out 2 of these. And let me just make sure I'm still recording. That was way too late. The reading's almost already over, and I barely just checked. But yes, we are good. I pull out 2 so I can, if you like the element of making a choice, then you can choose one and then just listen to that one. Or you can listen to both and choose after, whichever one sounds more appealing to you. But I'm going to go ahead and read these now. Create a collage of magical things that inspire you. Create a collage of magical things that inspire you. So that makes sense. How I was talking earlier about making that dream journal. Maybe you're more of a visual person. Maybe this speaks to me of a vision board. Maybe you want to make a vision board and start putting, all your dreams on one board, so you can visualize it and be like, yes, that's going to be my job. That's going to be my car. That's going to be my house, whatever it is. Like, that's going to be my partner. That's going to be my relationship, whatever it is. Even if you want to put like, fictional characters up there, if there's some TV show with the main characters that just embody like this perfect relationship that you want, or there's people you see on Instagram or YouTube, whatever, that are just people that you really want to be like, or things that you want in your life. Put that on your vision board so you can see it and be like, that's what I will have. I will have that. I cannot give up until I bring that into my life. So this next one says, learn more about a type of plant or stone that you're drawn to. Ooh. That sounds fun, and that will definitely help, especially when it comes to confidence, or just some big theme that's going on in your life, something big that you need to work on, but especially confidence. I would say that, stones are very helpful with that. Even if you don't believe all the way in them, at the end of the day, you can't deny that the placebo effect is real. And if there's a stone that you can carry around, that when you see it, you're like, this reminds me to have more confidence. At the very least, that's what it's doing. It's triggering your own mind, which is the most powerful tool that you have to say, I need to be more confident, and make you more conscious of being more confident throughout the day. So yes, stones can be very helpful with that. Also plants, plants can be food. Maybe it's some kind of food that you might eat that makes you feel better, or maybe you want to have more plants in the house. Whatever it is, learn more about a type of plant or stone that you're drawn to. Okay? And that's all I have for you guys, Group 1. Thank you so much for watching and for sharing your energy with me. I definitely needed this reading myself as well. So thank you for sharing that with me. I wish you guys the best of luck. I know you guys can achieve everything you want. This reading very much spoke to me of somebody who, has big dreams and they have the ability, the potential to make them happen. Like I said, life is just a journey, and right now, this is very much the self-confidence part of your journey and the stepping into your own, basically. Like I said, setting yourself apart from the crowd, not by trying to be different, but by really focusing on who am I, And then inherently, we are all unique individuals, so the more we can become just completely ourselves, the more we'll naturally become different. So if you enjoyed this reading, please let me and others know by hitting that thumbs up. If there are any messages you have for me or anyone else in our community of misfits, please express those down in the comments. And if you would like to see this channel continue and grow, please show your support by subscribing and telling your friends to check it out if they're into spiritual shit. Thank you again. Thank you so much. I'm sending you guys peace, love, healing energy, and until next time, later. What up, Group 2? If you guys chose this cool butterfly over here, this is going to be your predictions and advice for February 2023. So let's get into it. Like I said in the intro, we're going to be busting out this new song deck that I've been working on. Still got a lot to add to it, but it'll grow as I continue. But I used it in my last reading, worked out in a really cool way. Used it for Group 1. Did not disappoint in that reading either. So let's see what we have for you guys. And I can't overhand shuffle this because they don't slide apart, but I just cut it and take whichever one is here. Alright, we have The Great Escape by Boys Like Girls. So, not sure if you guys have heard this song or not, but basically the chorus goes, throw it away, forget yesterday, we'll make the great escape, and we won't hear a word they say, they don't know us anyway. Watch it burn, let it die, 'cause we are finally free tonight. But yeah, it's basically, this song has the energy of like making the great escape. You're in this situation that's, maybe disappointing, maybe it's not serving you, and you just feel like you need to get away, you need to go somewhere totally new. And that fits in with this butterfly energy, like I said, we've been doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of changing internally, and now it's time to take that change and bring it into the physical world. So, this might be literal. Maybe you guys are planning on moving or getting out of some environment like that, or maybe it's just like socially, you're trying to get out of one situation and find more like-minded people, something like that. We'll see as we get into it, and maybe you guys will just be in different situations, but that's the overall energy. And I'm sure if you listen to the song, it should mean something to you guys. Let's continue with the energy check here, see what else we have coming out that your spirit team wants to tell me. This is the Mystic Misfit Oracle deck. Alright, what do we got for Group 2? Nope, it's gonna come out, it's gonna come all the way out. Which one? You guys are being shy, huh? Alright, what's it gonna be? I don't know, maybe they want me to keep talking about the song. I mean, that was pretty much the main energy. It's all about, like I said, leaving some kind of situation that you're done with. We have the Ghost card coming out here. Sometimes when the card takes so long to come out, what that tells me is that your spirit team is very specifically looking for, one card out of the whole deck that's really gonna best describe what needs to come through. So I think that Ghost card is gonna be very significant. We have here the King, and let's get the Intuition Oracle and see the final piece of this puzzle. Alright, group 2. What do I need to know? Okay, so since your cards are taking a while to come out, okay, never mind. This one fell on the floor. You have number 1, the Warrior. Affirmation: I ask for what I want because I deserve to get what I want. Love that energy. Okay, so we'll start with the Ghost, number 23. The ghost lingers, forlorn and forgotten. Hidden, mystery, forgotten, spiritual matters, fears, faith. The ghost lingers, forlorn and forgotten. Interesting. Okay. We have the King here. A person or situation may hold power over you, but they are mostly puffery and old man anger. Don't let them control you. Interesting. So that makes sense with this Great Escape song coming out. Maybe this King energy, like I said, it's a person or multiple people or some kind of situation that seems to have power over you, but in reality, they can't control you, and you're trying to escape that and take your own power back. Like I said, the last line of the chorus is, "We are finally free tonight." So looks like you're looking for some kind of freedom from something. And let's go ahead and see what this Warrior card has to say more in depth. How well do you stand up for yourself? How well do you express your own needs? How much of your time, energy, and other resources do you allow others to demand of you? Problems you are experiencing may be the result of not asking either your partner, co-workers, family, or even your higher self to give you what you are entitled to have. You may have a tendency to give too much of yourself and to ask too little of others. You must first identify what it is that you really want for yourself, and then ask for it clearly and directly, knowing that you deserve to get what you want and need. When you practice courage and standing up for yourself, you will finally see things come into harmony in many aspects of your life. You will be in a much better position to either improve your current situation greatly or to allow your intuition to help you find a new one that will bring you more fulfillment. Your right to defend yourself is something you were born with, not something someone else grants you, and therefore something that can be taken away from you. Okay, so yeah, makes sense. A lot of this stuff tying together. So, with this Ghost card coming out, it's telling me that you're somebody who, adding to this Warrior card is somebody who maybe doesn't speak up for themselves a lot, doesn't make their own needs a priority, kind of puts themselves in the background, in the shadows. And with this Warrior card coming out, it's really saying to, maybe that's what's disappointing and frustrating to you, is you keep repeating this cycle of helping everybody else want and hoping for the day that all that, you know, good giving energy is going to come back to you, but you know, that's only part of it. Part of it is putting out good energy into the world, but also something I've learned in my experience as, you know, a people pleaser and very much having this ghost energy is, you know, people and the universe, you know, like I said, even your higher self, even spirit, whatever it is, your boss, they're not going to know what you need if you don't let them know. Like, you know, it can get really ingrained in us from childhood that we can't, that if we ask for anything, we're asking for too much. Like, and that really sucks. And I'm really sorry that you guys have gone through that and are still going through that. But with this energy coming out here, you know, this King card said that whatever it is, this energy can't control you. With this Warrior card, I asked for what I want because I deserve to get what I want. And with this song coming out, The Great Escape, of kind of, this speaks to me of like putting an end to a cycle, putting an end to a chapter in your life. So I really think that that's going to be your guys' journey. And these are the main themes coming up for you in this next month of February. So that's pretty exciting. I mean, I know it's really tough. It's really tough, like I said, going from this person that was always taught, and it's just ingrained in us to, like I said, kind of become a ghost, to just like, the way that you can best be of service to everyone around you is to just not exist and not need anything. Like, and you get praised for that. Like, you start to think that that's a good thing, and maybe it is, and maybe it helps you survive, you know, when you're younger. But after a while, as you come into adulthood, it really fucks us up, because then we have all these desires and these needs, and we're just so used to never asking for them and never getting them met, that it causes a lot of frustration, and it causes a lot of sadness and suffering. But I think you guys are starting to wake up to this fact that, you know, you deserve to get what you want. Absolutely. You know, whatever it is, whatever your dreams are, whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever makes you happy, you deserve that. Don't ever think that you don't. And I know that's so much easier said than done. Don't ever think that you're not deserving of happiness and all that. But, you know, that's something that you can cultivate. That's one thing that, you know, this tarot reading, this spiritual community has provided to me, absolutely, is this is something that we talk about. We talk about being deserving of what we want. We talk about, you know, our ability as spiritual beings having this human experience to manifest the things that we want. I think that's beautiful. And I'm glad that you guys are here watching this reading, and that your spirit guides and your spiritual team can come through and help you through this right now. And I also forgot with the Warrior card, here's the image in case anything stands out to you, any synchronicities or anything like that. Okay, so I think that pretty much, you know, sums up the general energy of what we're going to be talking about here in this reading, and kind of what February has in store for you. It's all about you guys. It's about you guys taking the power into your own hands, speaking up about your needs. And like I said, I think that's the transformation that's happening for you guys, is you're learning that, you know, this way of living that helped you when you were younger, that got you all this praise, by, you know, not needing anything and just taking whatever scraps and crumbs people would throw at you and being so grateful for that. Like, once you start actually asking for what you want, it's just going to transform your life in such a crazy way. You're going to see so many more blessings than you've ever been used to, so many more blessings than you ever probably thought would ever come into your life. So that's really beautiful. Just really strong emphasis on on speaking up about what you need and not being afraid of anyone who might tell you that you're asking for too much or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get I'm actually going to move these aside so I can still see them and reference them. But we're going to focus on the tarot here, and we're going to be asking, what are blessings for you? Blessings for group 2 in February. What do we got? Please don't take forever to spit out the cards like you were doing before. The World. I love it. I love it. Such a good card to see and come out. Okay, we got... Sometimes my Roman numerals are not so good when they're upside down. Okay, 4 of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. Wonderful. Okay, so blessings coming for you guys. I'll start with the World. The World is a card that represents like a graduation. It's the end of a cycle. Something is coming to an end and you're ready to, go into the next thing. But this really can talk about like celebration. Like I said, I really, the way that it best gets visualized in my head is a graduation. Let's say you're graduating high school. When you're in high school, that is your world, and you spend a lot of time there learning how everything works, learning a lot about yourself, learning about relationships, all kinds of things. But then when you graduate, it's like, that's it. Once you graduate high school, there's no going back to high school. You're on to the next stage of your life. But that graduation energy, it's a time where you stop and you look back and you look at all the hard work you did in high school. You look at all the things you learned, all the wonderful experiences you have, and you just kind of sit in that and you revel in it. There's a ceremony, your family comes, everybody's family comes to congratulate them, to celebrate what they've done. So I think that's beautiful energies for you guys coming up in February. There is going to be some kind of something that you've completed, whether it's, by the end of the month, you completing this cycle of, being a people pleaser and not asking for too much and putting yourself in the background. Maybe that's going to come to a close and you're going to be able to look back at who you were before and who you are now, and being ready to move into the next chapter of your life. So that's wonderful energy. That's a great blessing for you guys to be seeing something through to the end, finishing it. Make sure you guys really appreciate and pat yourselves on the back, and like I said, celebrate everything you've done to get to where you're at, wherever that might be. With the 4 of Wands, that kind of ties right in with that. 4 of Wands talks about celebration as well, but with it coming out in reverse, so the World is kind of like more recognition from the outside. So you kind of have the best of both worlds here. It's like with the World, you completed something, there's celebration of it, people are recognizing that, people are seeing the difference in you, people are giving you your props for what you've done to get where you're at. But then also with this 4 of Wands in reverse, it's telling me that internally you're giving yourself the props. You're seeing the beauty of yourself. You're appreciating yourself. A lot of times we can really look to the outside to validate us, let us know, when we deserve to celebrate. But with this Four of Wands coming out, I think a blessing for you coming in this next month is that, like I said, especially with working on this energy of asking for what you want and not just putting all your own needs aside and focusing on everybody else, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you guys to celebrate your own victories. Any, as small as it might be, whether it's like you asked to go home early from work one day, or you asked for, when you go to the movies with your partner, you actually, instead of saying, oh, let's watch whatever you want, like you do every single time, you're like, you know what, actually, I really want to watch this movie. Like little stuff like that, whatever it might be in your life, there's infinite ways that you can speak up for yourself. There's infinite ways that you can ask for what you want and make your dreams a reality and make yourself just as important as everybody else. That's something that's going to be happening for you guys in February. You're going to have these opportunities to make changes and to see positive things come of that. One thing that I have been mentioning when it comes to tarot readings in general, we can tell you what's gonna happen, but there's always an element where you have to make a choice and you have to exercise your own free will. So, when people are telling you blessings that are coming for you, don't just sit back and think, oh, I'm going to be blessed with all this abundance. I'm going to be blessed with all this recognition. Like, there's also things that you have to do to take opportunities. You know what I mean? Really, we're telling you the opportunities that are coming in. And it's you that has to take the action of, maybe making changes or, being conscious of whether you're celebrating yourself or not. So just been wanting to throw that out there as a disclaimer to remember the whole point of spirituality and these types of readings is to take the power into our own hands and co-create with the universe. It's not just our fate deciding everything. It's not just us deciding everything. There's a balance of the two that when they can come into harmony will really bring us the highest level of fulfillment. So yeah, opportunities for blessings coming to you. Some cycle that you're going to be finishing out and just being all the way done with and starting the next chapter of your life, celebrating small victories with yourself, and really pushing yourself to ask for what you want, and really celebrating yourself with both of these cards coming out. And honestly, this Ten of Pentacles, February is going to have a lot of opportunities for you to be the star of your own story. You don't have to be the ghost anymore. You don't have to be the one in the background. You don't have to be the one that's barely there. Your contribution to society is no longer not being needy. It's not being the one who's always fine with whatever. Like, you can, and your higher self and your team wants you to become the warrior. They want you to be the one that's fighting for their own life. Like, we only get this one life. That those words came out of my mouth for group 1 as well, so I guess it's a collective thing. Like, we only get this one life. Let's get out there and live it. Let's get what we want because we deserve it. Spirit wants us to have it. Deep down, we want ourselves to have it. And it's unfortunate that these authoritative figures make us feel growing up that that's something that's in any way wrong, by speaking up and asking for what we need. We have words like extra and being too much, or being selfish, whatever, all these negative spins that people put on stuff to put us down and to keep us from enjoying this one life we have and enjoying the world around us. So like I said, a lot of wonderful opportunities for you guys with this Ten of Pentacles coming out. That's beautiful. Like, with this World card, it kind of all ties in, but the Ten of Pentacles talks about like the legacy that you leave. You can see here there's a family and they just have all this material wealth, you know? Um, so basically in February, a blessing that you're gonna have is, I don't know, it seems like, I wish I knew what it was, but with this world card coming out, like I said, the Four of Wands very much gave me the impression, or I get the feeling that it's connecting to this energy of going from the ghost to the warrior and celebrating the small victories of you speaking up for yourself. But with this world and Ten of Pentacles, I feel like there's something big you guys have been working on, something you've been working really hard on. Sorry, I just giggled because I said hard on, but there's something that you guys have been really working on, that you're coming to completion with. And you know, maybe it's just a part of the journey that's done. Like I said, even if you graduate high school, there's still the next part of either going to college or, you know, starting your career, or even taking a break and traveling. Whatever that next step is, there's always something after that. But whatever you've been working on is you know, coming to a close, and you're really going to be celebrating that, and you're going to be left with something that you've been looking for. I get this energy from you being this ghost person, that you're somebody who really is deep, and somebody who really wants to change the world and help the world. Like, yeah, you can't be this ghost person without caring about other people literally more than yourself. That's, you know, like I said, it is a sad thing, but it's also a beautiful thing. It shows you have a very strong heart. And, you know, like I said, that's not an energy you can have the rest of your life. It will end up destroying you if you don't learn how to get out of this energy and, you know, bring yourself into the spotlight and enjoy life and live life, you know. But yeah, you are obviously somebody who really is looking to make an impact on this world. And with this Ten of Pentacles coming out, like I said, this speaks of somebody leaving a legacy. Like, you know, this person has a child, they have this money that they're going to leave to their child. This person has a child who had a child. Like, it's all about legacy, what you're leaving behind in this world, what you're creating and giving to others. So there's definitely something that's happening for you in February that you're going to be really proud of, and you're going to be like, hell yeah, I worked my ass off, and there's the proof. There it is. There's the thing that I've been working to create, and now it's there, and it will be there forever. You know what I mean? So super excited for you guys, whatever that might be. Obviously, it's going to be different for everyone. But yeah, let me put these over here so I can kind of still reference that energy if I need to. And let's look into challenges. Bum, bum, bum. What's that movie where the little sloth guy is always going like, dun, dun, dun? Wish I knew what it was. Maybe it's The Croods? I don't know. But that stuff cracks me up. Maybe that's a message for you guys to watch a kid's movie if you don't already. You know, get in touch with your inner child. Inner childs have a lot of desires. There is no limit to the stuff that they're like, I want that, I want that. Their imagination is beautiful and wonderful. So, yeah, maybe it's time to hit up a Disney movie or Netflix, whatever, some kind of animation. Or not animation. There's like Matilda and movies like that. Okay, we got 2 so far. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come out. Any more challenges for group 2? Any more challenges? One more. Okay, wow. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to start with this 10 of Swords because that just immediately related to the world for me. So like I said, there's always action that needs to be done by us before we can bring something into reality and enjoy it. So I think that whatever this cycle is that you're closing out with this 10 of Swords coming out. 10 of Swords also talks about the end of a cycle. It can also be talking about like being like stabbed in the back. In the original artwork, there's somebody with 10 swords in their back, and they're kind of like feeling betrayed. That kind of is making sense with the energy I was getting of, this king. It seems like there's maybe controlling people in their life. There's, like I said, there's always someone that makes us into this ghost. There's always somebody that, pretty much grooms us or trains us to put our needs aside for them. But regardless, it turns into our own thing, where then we do that to ourselves, and we have to take control of that and understand that, that person's not here controlling us anymore. It's us that's putting ourselves on the back burner. It's not anybody else. We need to, get in this warrior energy and take it upon ourselves to speak up about things. So with this 10 of Swords being a challenge, I think it's saying that, whatever it is that you're putting an end to, this cycle that's coming to a close, it might be very painful for you. Maybe you're having to let go of people that you are used to having in your life, that you've had in your life for a long time. Maybe there's old habits that are dying hard. They say old habits die hard. Maybe there's some old habits that you've been letting go of. Just there's things that are ending, and it's not easy. So it's telling me that, it is going to be a challenge to put an end to some kind of cycle, or possibly multiple cycles that you're working on right now. Maybe you've been putting an end to bad habits in your romantic relationships. Maybe you're putting an end to relationship with your family. Maybe you're putting an end to some self-limiting beliefs that you have. But whatever it is, there's always this feeling of comfort with what we know, even if it's so painful, like we're used to it. So yeah, with this 10 of Swords coming out, it's telling me that a challenge for you guys is going to be, saying, I think sayonara is the word, saying sayonara to some old habits, some old ways, maybe some people that have been in your life for a long time, and it's hard to, let go. But with the world having come out for your blessings, I think it's going to be, very worth it, and it's going to help push you forward in your journey towards, like I said, this 10 of Pentacles energy, where you're seeing results, you're seeing the fruits of your labor, rather than always, giving it away to everyone else. With the 4 of Crystals, so yeah, I just have to say, with this 10 of Swords coming out, it does most of the time represent some kind of painful ending. So it's going to be a challenge for you. There is something that you guys are putting an end to, and it will be painful, but it's for your highest good. And please remember that. With the 4 of Crystals in reverse, I think a challenge for you guys is going to be, there's a few things it can be. One obvious one is saving money, holding on to your money. It might be tough for you guys in this coming month to save money. Actually, that's making sense now. Okay, so with this Ghost card, like I said, you're putting yourself on the back burner all the time. You're more focused on helping everybody else out. You're more focused on everyone else's needs, and you don't so much ask for what you want. So I think a challenge for you guys this next month is going to be making it okay for yourself to not keep going out of your way to help everybody else, especially with your financial means, like, and your time and energy, like, whatever it is that you're giving away to everybody else, like, it's draining you and it's taking away from your life, and it's taking away from your joy that you could be having. And that's probably one of the painful things that's going to be painful and going to be hard to end, is like maybe you've already set this precedent where you're always there for certain people whenever certain people need somebody to trauma dump on or vent to, or they need help financially, whatever it is. Like, they want to go out and do fun stuff, but they don't have the money to do it themselves, so you're always paying for them. There could be so many things, but just, you may have already set this precedent where you always do these things for these people, and now they just expect it. But what's best for you moving forward and this transformation that you need to go through, if you want to have a happier, more fulfilling life and just grow spiritually and grow as a person, is start setting boundaries with these people. And that's definitely not an easy thing to do, but this is coming through from your higher self, your spirit guides, from God, from spirit, that like this is very important for you right now. And it's going to be challenging, but again, on the other side, there are blessings, there is abundance, there is leaving a legacy for maybe your future family, or just for yourself in the future. Like, you deserve to have stuff for yourself. Yes, it's nice to help other people out in the moment, but like at the end of the day, they can take care of themselves. That's a message that's coming through right now from your guides, is like, these people that you're always helping out, these people that you're worried about all the time, these people that you're sacrificing yourself for, they don't need you to do that. Like, if they really love you, they want you to shine. They will want you to shine. They will want you to succeed. They should not want you to keep sacrificing yourself so that they can have more. They should sacrifice a little bit of their dependency on you to be able to watch you blossom and watch you shine. And if they're not that type of person, maybe it's time to cut them out completely. You know what I mean? Like, definitely something to think about for you guys. Nine of Crystals in reverse. So this makes a lot of sense too. Nine of Crystals to me is somebody who, and crystals are coins and pentacles, in case you're not familiar. But yeah, with normal tarot, it's really usually going to be pentacles. And it's like the earthly, material, physical things. But with the Nine of Crystals, that to me is somebody who is abundant, somebody who's independent. So it definitely makes sense that this is coming out in reverse as a challenge for you, because like I said, your go-to, what you've been raised to do, what you're used to doing, is not being independent. It's being codependent. It's saying that these people around me need me. These people need me to be this. These people need me to do that. And now you're learning that, like, well, I need me too. I fucking need me a lot. And I've been abandoning myself for years and years and years, possibly my whole life, Like, I need me too. And it's not going to be easy for you to do that all of a sudden, to just go from the person who's a people pleaser and who's doing everything for everyone else, who even sees their life purpose as doing things for everyone else, to seeing somebody who's like, you know what? Actually, a big part of my life purpose is to fucking live my life and give to myself and see some of the things that I want to see and have some of the things that I want to have. So that's really what this Nine of Crystals is talking about. Is February is a time for you guys to gain independence, to separate yourself from being the caregiver, as much as you can. Some of us, we need to be caregivers, but then there's also other people that, like I said, they really don't need our help as much as we think they do. And the point is, February, like I said, it's going to bring you a lot of opportunities to put an end to old ways of people pleasing, to put an end to old ways of overgiving, to others, to make yourself feel useful and feel validated. And you're definitely going to have opportunities to give more to yourself and enjoy your abundance and enjoy your independence, and feel what these other people, it makes other people so happy to have you in their lives. That they love you, they love the things that you have done for them and that you continue to do for them. You deserve to feel that too, and you deserve to feel that from yourself. You deserve to see the extent of your beauty, how much of a beautiful, giving person you are, but you are not truly going to see that until you start giving that to yourself. You know what I mean? So like I said, it's not going to be something that's easy, but it's definitely something, like I said, that's an opportunity for you guys to experience more happiness. So yeah, moving on to the Inner Child Oracle. We're going to see some inner child healing that is going to be helpful for you guys in the month of February. Alright, Group 2's Inner Child. What's going to help them in February? Alright, you guys got Ava with Innocence. It says, "Hi there. I'm Ava. I love being alive. Every day I find something new. When I wake up, I feel so excited to see what wonders await me. I never know what I will find out in the world." Ava represents innocence and purity. She has lived a sheltered life, and because of that has not been marked by the hardships of life and the world. She represents the part of your inner child that remains innocent, open, and full of wonder. The part of you who isn't afraid to hope. The part of you that still gets excited about the little things. Unfortunately, through life's disappointments, traumas, and experiences, our innocence and wonder gets watered down, blackened even. It can become hard to hope. Parts of us feel undeserving. Parts of us feel like we are deserving of pain and disappointment. And some of us just don't want to experience the letdown, so we never let ourselves rise. Ava is here to restore your innocence and sense of wonder. She is here to encourage you to get excited about life once again. Yes, it can be scary. Yes, you might get disappointed and hurt. But isn't that what life is all about? Experience, wonder, growth? It's time to let yourself live a little. It's time to be excited. All right, so very powerful message there. I'm getting a little bit emotional as I'm sitting in this energy a little bit more. Like I said, it's really unfortunate that this bright, beautiful, innocent, hopeful part of us can, look at the difference, to be fair, all these cards are black and white, but it's just very obvious, what's happened here, and I really hope that February is just a magical time, and that you guys can really be open to, like I said, facing that fear of being facing that fear of being let down, and really rising above that, and just experiencing all the wonderful, beautiful things that you guys might have been missing out on while you're focusing on everyone else, and thinking that things are not going to work out for you. They will. Just speak up about what you want. Remember that part of you deep down that that just had big wild dreams and wasn't worried about being wrong and wasn't worried about burdening other people and was just here to live life. And yeah, I really find that excitement, to get up in the morning and find things that make you excited to be here in the world, because without that, what the hell are we doing here? So what comes with Ava, there's a mantra that should help you guys for the month. It says, I am excited to be alive. So hopefully that can help you guys out. And there's some remedies and journaling questions there that you guys can work with in your own time. But yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful card. It's really evoking a lot of emotion in me. You can see, the literal sparkles in her eyes, like the colors. It's just really, really conveys that hope and that excitement that, yeah, as adults we're just told is unrealistic or makes us irresponsible or whatever, but it's all bullshit, dude. Those people are not happy. The happiest people have healthy inner children and don't let society and bullshit pressure and expectations kill this beautiful inner child that we have. So yeah, best wishes to you guys with that. Like I said, I know things get a little heavy, but the biggest thing that helps us as human beings is that feeling of hope. Like, there's always going to be challenges, there's always going to be blessings, like there's always going to be struggles. But yeah, I just hope that you guys can start being more open to all the beautiful things this world has to offer, so that when there are struggles, at least you're struggling to bring about your dreams. At least you're struggling to make life more enjoyable for yourself, and not just struggling to make everyone else happy. So let's go ahead to the final cards we're going to look at, the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck, and ask your higher self what final advice they have for you for this next month for you guys in your journey. Okay, group two's higher self, what you got for them? Red, forgive. Okay, let's see what that has to say. You've been holding a grudge against somebody in your life. Maybe it's a loved one, or maybe it's yourself. This isn't a card telling you that you must learn to practice forgiveness. No. Forgive them on your own terms, if and when you feel ready to do so. This is simply a nudge for you to consider whether that time is the present. Don't let forgiveness feel like an obligation, but like a shiny red hope that gets you through your sleepless late nights. Beautiful. So, yeah, whether you're holding on to blame of someone else or whatever your life situation has been, whether you're putting blame on that for why you're not getting what you want out of life, why life seems to be so difficult all the time, or whether it's that you're blaming yourself, you just keep beating yourself up all the time for, I don't know, not being good enough, or not being selfish enough, whatever it is that you might be holding a grudge for yourself for in your past, just know that you can always start new. You can always rewrite your story. And I I've been realizing lately that forgiveness is like one of the most powerful things that we can do. I've been allowing myself to watch more TV lately. I kind of went on a streak where I was like, don't watch TV, you have to be reading, you have to be being productive all the time, like watching TV is a waste of time, all that kind of energy. But lately I've been trying to heal my inner child and um do things more that don't always just have some purpose. And just like, if I was a child, what would I want to do right now? Sometimes, yeah, I do want to work and I do want to um, grow and things like that. But sometimes I just want to like laugh. And um, basically, the point is, a lot of times I'll be watching a program and like, I'm a Cancer rising, so to be fair, I do cry a lot. But there will be a moment in a show where, like, for example, I just finished watching this anime. It's called Kotaro Lives Alone. And maybe that might help you guys too. I found that show to be very healing for my inner child. But it's on Netflix. It's called Kotaro Lives Alone. Um, but basically, there was this moment where the main character is a 4-year-old kid who lives on his own because his parents aren't around. Um, but this person comes in and starts trying to take advantage of him. Um, and the kid knows the whole time, and he's letting himself being taken advantage of because he believes that this person can change and that this person has good in them. And basically the guy ends up getting called out, the one who's taking advantage of the kid, and everybody finds out, and the kid basically just forgives him, and then the person's able to forgive themselves. It stops being this like crazy fight of all this hatred and judgment and things like that. And I don't know, just things like that. When I see a moment in life where you can either have hatred for somebody and you can get revenge or whatever it might be, or you can give forgiveness always hits so much harder to me. Like I said, I would cry 10 times out of 10. It's just such a powerful thing. So yeah, big message there. If there's some area in your life where you can forgive somebody or forgive yourself, like, that will be so powerful, and that will empower you so much. Like, you will feel like, damn, I am so strong for being able to forgive that person or forgive myself. It will make you feel much more powerful than taking an opportunity to get revenge on somebody. That's just gonna feel petty, and it's not really gonna fulfill you spiritually. So yeah, let's go ahead and finish it off with the spark magic matches. If you guys are not familiar, I just lay out 2 in case you really like the choosing aspect of these types of things. So you can either choose one and just listen to that one, or you can listen to both and pick whichever one sounds better for you. But I'm going to go ahead and read these now. This one says, daydream about a pilgrimage you might enjoy taking. Love that. Daydream about a pilgrimage you might enjoy taking. So again, maybe you guys haven't been out living life. Maybe you guys haven't been letting yourself have access to your dreams and your wild fantasies, you know what I mean? But one thing I always say, one thing that I've been learning in my spiritual journey is that our fantasies can become reality. We just have to make it so. We have to ask for what we want. We have to make it okay to have needs, and we have to make choices and use our free will to go after that. And for me also, I totally relate to all this energy of the challenges you guys had. It's taken a lot of changing how I used to be, of always giving to everybody else and making myself more of a priority. And it's working out tremendously. My life has changed a lot, and I'm much happier. And like I said, none of it has been easy. It's challenging and stressful and tough every step of the way, but the rewards are, like it said here, that's life. Like that's what it's all about. But yeah, daydream about a pilgrimage that you might enjoy taking. There's someplace you might want to go, and you might actually end up doing that if you decide, if you can get through this energy and get yourself to the, like I said, this 9 of crystals, where you're being independent and you're doing what you want to do, and you're spending your time, energy, and money on yourself a little bit more. You might actually take that pilgrimage and go travel, maybe possibly for the first time in your life. You might travel by yourself for the first time. Of course, be safe with that, and if you want to travel with other people, that's wonderful too. But yeah, don't give up on daydreaming and just having fantasies. This one says, talk about the ideal world you want to live in with a friend. Love that. Talk about the ideal world you want to live in with a friend. And that, that might be something that you don't do so much either. You might keep in all the wonderful ideas you have for the world in your head because you think nobody gives a shit and nobody wants to hear it. But like I said, your true friends, they really do. And if you don't have any now, like, be open to finding them. They are out there. There are people who see the world that you want to see and who are working just like you to bring that into existence and bring it into reality. Get out there and have fun and really enjoy life. So yeah, that's everything I have for you guys, group 2. Thank you so much for watching and for sharing your energy with me. Like I said, I relate to you guys a lot, and I am really, really excited for you guys to be, like I said, adding all this color to your life and really stepping out and enjoying life. If you enjoyed this reading, please let me and others know by hitting that thumbs up. If there are any messages you have for me or anyone else in our community of misfits, please express those down in the comments. And if you would like to see this channel continue and grow, please show your support by subscribing and telling your friends to check it out if they're into spiritual shit. So thank you again so much. Thank you. I'm sending you peace, love, and healing energy. And until next time, later. What up, group 3? If you guys chose this beautiful butterfly here, this is going to be your predictions and advice for February 2023. Let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said in the intro, I've been trying out this new song deck that I'm working on. Still has a long way to go, but I'm very happy with it so far. I used it in my last reading and also for group 1 and group 2, and it is just really, really cool the way that the song works into the energy of the whole reading. So I'm very excited to keep using this. And I've been mentioning to everybody too that with this one I can't do the overhand shuffle thing where they pop out just because of the way these cards are. They're very thin. So I just do one of these, pick the one that's right there. Alright, we have Therefore I Am by Billie Eilish. So, off the bat, what I'm getting from this song and this card coming out is that one of the big things we're going to be talking about in this reading is like kind of you guys controlling your narrative. The energy I get from this song is like, everybody out there in the world is going to have opinions, even people close to you. They will have opinions about what you're doing, but at the end of the day, this is your life. No one else is going to live it. Everyone else is here living their life. That's their responsibility. They can have their opinions about you. That's fine. But at the end of the day, that doesn't need to affect your actions. And yeah, we might be speaking about some confidence, things like that. But song really gives me the energy of like, you know what, this is my life and I'm going to call the shots, and you can have your opinions, but that's not going to change the way that I live my life. So let's go ahead and get in a little deeper with these oracle cards and see what else your spirit team wants to tell me. These are the Mystic Misfit Oracle cards. Let's see what comes out for you guys. We have Spider. That over there. Okay. And here we have the Fantasma Oracle deck. Let's see what else comes out here. Whoa. I think we'll take that one. The title. Interesting. I hope that's an actual card because it says they're a quarter press tune. That's the people that make the deck. I don't think they put that on any of the other cards, but maybe that's just a clever way to make it look like a cartoon title or like a movie title. We'll see. It's a relatively new deck, so I still have not seen all the cards come out. We'll go to the Intuition Oracle deck now. See what comes out for you there. Alright, this is the Reputable. I live my life as if my guardian angels are watching over me. And then I'll show you the artwork there just in case anything pops out to you guys, any kind of synchronicities that might be significant. Okay, and let's get a little deeper into it. So the spider says, the spider traps those who wander into her web. Control, home, familiarity, comfort, trapped, security. Okay. The title. Let's see what that one is. Okay, it is a card. This is a beginning to define what's to follow. Set the stage and give others or yourself a clear preview of what to expect. Okay, interesting. So that's kind of talking about, you know, being upfront about things, kind of, yeah, letting people know if there's some kind of big change coming in your life, which I'm sure there is with this whole butterfly energy, and this whole therefore I am energy that came out was, you know, very much you knowing what needs to be done in your life. And this title card is coming out to say that you really need to be expressive about that and maybe work on, you know, setting boundaries with people and setting the tone for your own life and how things are going to go. If you're setting the tone of, yes, your opinions are welcome here, your opinions are going to influence whether or not I choose to do something, then people are going to keep giving you their opinions where they're not welcome. But if you tell people like, hey, you know, this is my thing, I appreciate your opinion, but I'm probably gonna still do what I'm doing, then, you know, just, that's a very small example, but I'm sure there's tons of different ways where you can get this energy of the title where you're starting something and immediately going into it, you want to set the tone for how that's going to go the rest of the time, so that people know what to expect. I like that it said that. Set your expectations early on as well. And then with this spider card, what I get from that when it says the spider traps those who wander into her web, I see spiders as being people who are very creative, and the web is obviously the thing that we're creating. So, um, I don't know. I just think it's beautiful the way that spiders take this one string. It's not like they have all kinds of different materials. It's that they have this one string, and the way that they organize it and create with it creates a beautiful, design, and it serves a very important purpose. It's how they catch their food. Um, but also, for us as humans, we look at it and it's just mesmerizing. If you guys haven't seen Charlotte's Web, that's a really cool movie to check out. I don't know, maybe that'll have significance to you since that just popped into my head. But um, yeah, what I get from this is that you guys are very creative, and your creation and just your energy as a very creative type person is really mesmerizing to people. It's really attractive to people. Um, but again, a lot of times when you're in that position and you are creating stuff and you are attracting a lot of attention, sometimes people are not doing that for themselves, and rather than putting their energy and their creative energy towards their own endeavors, they start to look at your stuff and say, oh, well, what if you did this? Like, they start putting their opinions on your work, but it's like, this is my work. It's not here to be decided by you guys. This is my work that I do for me to express myself, So, painting a pretty clear picture here of what the theme's going to be for you guys throughout February. And I will say something that popped up in the first group pertaining to that was, and I've said this in another reading as well. I don't know if you guys got that pile, but I saw this interview by Rick Rubin. He's like a music producer, and he talks about how when creative people are creating their art, whether it's music or whatever, fashion, digital art, whatever it might be, he said he doesn't think it can be good if you always have like the audience in mind and you're trying to guess what the audience wants, or you're trying to do things that the audience will like. He said that kind of the best work comes out creatively when you are the audience that you're creating for, when you're creating for the audience of one, the audience of yourself. And then when you do that, you can be truly proud of what you're creating, and it can be truly unique in expressing yourself, because it won't be tainted by thoughts of what anybody else wants it to be. So yeah, maybe that was a message that you guys needed to hear as well. I know it helps me when I'm going through my creative pursuits, especially these days. Like I said, especially with the internet being what it is, and social media keeping us connected so quickly. Like, it's very easy for other people's opinions to come into our lives at the speed of light, So sometimes we just need a reminder like that to remember that, when it comes to creation, that is our own outlet to express ourselves. So yeah, and like I said, with the title card, maybe there's some people that you need to express that to, and let them know out of the gate that, I do not take requests, as like a as a DJ or like a band might say. Like, we don't take requests, we play what we came to play. So moving on to this card here, the Reputable. I live my life as if my guardian angels are watching over me. Let's see what that has to say. It is very important for you to establish a reputation for being someone others can rely on. You must do everything you can to make sure that what is said about you by those who matter to you is favorable to your reputation. The best way to ensure your reputation is to make sure your actions are in keeping with your highest ideals. You cannot do more than that. Act as if you are being watched by your guardian angels. You must avoid doing anything you would not want them to see. Reputation can also refer to status, social graces, manner of dress, and financial resources. You must examine how much power, status, wealth, and reputation figures into your question. If you are having trouble with a person because of either of your reputations, use your intuition to help make very clear to you what is true and what is false. You can count on the fact that what you have done, good and bad, is going to come back to you in regard to the question you have asked. Okay, so yeah, very strong message there of whatever you're creating, whatever this thing is that this endeavor that you're starting, or that you've recently started. And I really think it's something creative here with the spider coming out. It's, yeah, maybe you're, I mean, no matter what it is, it's always, I think people these days are, very smart. They can tell when somebody's intentions are coming from the heart or not. I mean, not everybody, obviously, but maybe if you guys are looking for a high level of success, and yeah, you're looking to become somebody reputable, maybe if you're creating a product or if you are the product yourself, it's very important that people can trust you, and that's what you want in the end, is for people to trust you. And this is just confirming that, if people are going to trust you, then your actions have to match your words. You have to practice what you preach, is what I'm getting from this. Like, and I don't know why the song The Way I Am by Eminem just came into my head as I was looking at this Therefore I Am. So, it's very important to, I think, stay true to yourself is something that I'm getting with that song popping into my head. Is, whatever you're expressing, if you're letting other people's ideas get into your head sometimes, and then sometimes you're not, and you're just creating from yourself, then there's going to be, a disconnect in your work, and people are going to say, oh, that's weird. How come in this creation they kind of had this message, and then in this other creation they had kind of a totally different message, or it was like more watered down. I don't know. I'm trying not to be too vague, but there's just so many different things you guys could be doing that I don't want to get too specific on one example. But I mean, I think it's pretty simple there. Like, just make sure that whatever you're doing is completely true to you. I think that's the main thing, because whether, people can be contradictory. We can, as human beings, we can put out something with one message, but we can also believe something else that somebody, as the audience, like I said, might see like, oh, well, you like this, but you also support this. Like, how can you do that? If you like this, you should be against this. But at the end of the day, like, if that's how you feel and you support both these things, then that's how you feel, and you're entitled to that. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't have to change yourself for anyone. And if they can't wrap their head around that you are a unique individual with thoughts and feelings differing from theirs, then, that's on them, and they'll have to find a way to figure that out. But that doesn't need to affect you and the life that you're living and the things that you're creating. So it's basically like, yes, you want a good reputation, you want to be trusted, but it's not going to help you to think about how everybody else is going to receive what you do. Like I said, maybe some things you do are contradictory, and people aren't going to understand that. They're going to be basing things off what they've seen in the past, and maybe you're somebody who's trying to do something new, something different. Trying to think of an example, like I don't know. I'm having trouble thinking of one, but I think you guys get the idea that um, you guys are a unique type of person, and there's gonna be people questioning you. And all you got to do is, stand in your own power, and kind of like I said with that initial energy just from the card alone, kindly and respectfully let people know that um, you are who you are and you create what you create. And if they don't like it, then with peace and love, they can spend their money or their time or whatever elsewhere. They don't need to consume whatever it is that you're creating. They can go with something that is more easily understandable to them, and just stay strong with what you want, and you will attract the people that are on your level, that do understand what you're trying to do. So yeah, that's the overall energy for you guys. I'm gonna move this all over here, and move on to the tarot. We got Britt's third eye tarot here, and we're gonna look at blessings for the month of February. And I've been kind of putting a disclaimer lately that when it comes to blessings and also challenges, I mean, no matter what it is with these tarot readings, we can talk about what's going to happen, but we're really just talking about opportunities. Spirit gives us opportunities, and it's up to us to use our free will and take action on those opportunities. It's not just like, oh, you're going to be blessed with abundance this month and that's it. It's like, no, there's obviously steps that you have to take to attract that abundance into your life. If you're just sitting around all day, not working, not doing anything, how's abundance going to come to you? How are you going to win the lottery if you don't buy the ticket? Which, honestly, I really don't even suggest playing the lottery. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. I think if you do it, that's fine, whatever makes you happy. But in my experience, it's always very fleeting, and I don't know. I'm not trying to have a PSA on the lottery here. I'm just trying to say I don't support it, nor am I against it. But like I said, I don't like that wasn't why I brought up the lottery, is to say that, oh, you should go buy lottery tickets, that's how you're going to get your abundance. That's not what I'm saying. I think for you guys, like I said, you're creative types. Your abundance is going to come from your creativity, from creating things, from your beautiful inner world, your beautiful mind, not just out of luck, you know what I mean? So yeah, blessings for February. Very good. Okay, you guys are coming out really fast. Oh, and you guys got the King of Swords too. I think Group 1 also got the King of Swords as one of their blessings. So you guys got something in common there. Okay. Leave it to your spirit guides to challenge me with that one. Okay, so 7 of Cups in reverse. 7 of Cups talks about like being overwhelmed by lots of decisions, not really knowing which path to take next. So with this coming out in reverse as a blessing, I think that something that's gonna be a blessing for you guys is you're gonna be feeling very, very decisive. You can see in this one, it's like somebody that's very dreamy, that's very like, oh, all these things are calling to me. It all looks very, dreamlike. She even has that classic pose where you're like kind of daydreaming. I think for you guys, you're going to be a little bit more grounded in reality this month, and being very decisive as far as what your next steps are with your your passions and your creations. But and maybe even, I keep talking about creations and stuff, but your creation could be yourself. Maybe it's yourself that you're recreating, you know what I mean? Just like the way you are in the world. It doesn't have to be like you're starting a business or something. It could just be that you're making changes in your own life about yourself that, people need to kind of get on board with and catch up with. But with this Seven of Cups in reverse coming out as a blessing for you guys, I think, like I said, it's saying that you're going to be very decisive. You already have been thinking about, what you want, what you're looking for out of life, who you want to be. You've already decided that. The bigger challenge for you is, like I said, getting everyone else's opinions out of the picture. So blessing for you is trust your strong intuition. If you are a creative type, you are definitely blessed with a strong sense of intuition. So follow your gut and don't overthink things, and you will be able to make decisions very easily this coming month. And like I said, there's always opportunities coming at us, so you're gonna get good opportunities coming to you, and the blessing for you is that you will be very decisive about it. You're not gonna be like very worried about which path to take. King of Swords coming out. I'm going to give the same interpretation as I did to group one. I mean, when I get this particular King of Swords, it's very clear the message coming through. Like I was talking about intuition, you guys have very good intuition. You have a very good sense of judgment. When I see this big gavel with the third eye on there, I see you as somebody who's a very good judge of character. So, well, I mean, it's not going to be exactly the same as group one because theirs was more focused internally. I think your guys is a bit different because, like I said, with you guys, it's that you have people around you. I think you're needing to establish like a strong circle of people that you can trust, people that you know are on the same wavelength as you, because you're creating something that's so different than mainstream society or what people are used to, that you don't need kind of more, not to offend anybody out there, but like more small-minded people around you who can't really keep up with the level that you're creating at. You need people around you who understand you, who are going to be able to support you, because like I said, people who don't dream big and who don't go after their don't pursue their passions, like I said, they're likely to give their little opinions when in reality they're not even creating anything for themselves. They're just going with the flow. They're being essentially copycats of other people around them because they don't have that strength to stand out and be different and put up with all the judgments that people are going to have about them. So yeah, a blessing for you guys is going to be, like I said, your strong intuition, your good sense of judgment. Yeah, so it's going to be a blessing for you guys to have that, because you're going to need that good sense of judgment and intuition to suss out basically who's going to be in your inner circle and who's not going to be there, And then also with this sword with the scales on it, it makes me think of, justice being fair. So as far as this next phase for you guys, I think that's telling me that like another blessing for you guys is that you guys have a good way of talking. This King of Swords is somebody who's very wise, who's done a lot of hard work, who's very good at expressing themselves. the swords are our thoughts and our ways of communicating. So if you're the King of Swords, then you've kind of mastered your thoughts. You've mastered how to talk to people. So another blessing for you guys is going to be that when you do have to, announce, set the tone for people of how your life is going to be from here on out, and that you're not necessarily going to be accepting suggestions when it comes to your art or your creations or yourself. You will find a very respectful, mature, honorable way to do that. You're not just going to be telling people like, you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about, you know what I mean? And that's going to help with your reputation, because I think this card came out for a reason, and it's that whatever it is that you're working on, it is important that people can look up to you, people can trust you, people can see that you're a good example. Somehow I believe that's part of your mission here. So yeah, it's gonna be very important that you choose your words wisely. But again, you are blessed with this wonderful way of talking to people. You are blessed with this wisdom, and you are very fair. When you're talking to people, you're not just gonna trash talk people because you're immature. You are the most mature of these swords cards. So that's definitely going to be helpful for you moving forward. With this Nine of Swords, it kind of got me at first. I was like, okay, Nine of Swords usually is just talking about anxiety and worry, and it's coming out as a blessing. So how in the world is how does that work? You know what I mean? But the way that it's coming into my head is in the original Rider-Waite tarot. It's somebody that's sitting in a bed, and it can a lot of times talk about sleep. So I think that another blessing coming for you guys in the month of February is going to be either you guys getting messages in your dreams. Those of you who this message is meant for, you will know, or you will know as the month goes through, that you start getting messages in your dreams that are helping to guide you. So those are coming from your higher self, from your own intuition, from your spirit guides, from spirit. They're trying to help you out. And you might even, maybe whatever you're creating, like say it's music or something, like you might actually get ideas for songs in your sleep. So I would say with this coming out, if you guys don't have one already, start a dream journal and start, keeping it next to your bed. I literally keep mine in my bed so that when I wake up in the middle of the night and the dream is fresh in my head, I can just lean over right there, grab it. There's a pen in there, and I just write down real quick what I can remember. So strong message coming out there to pay attention to your dreams and be journaling, writing stuff down that'll help you remember. And you may be blessed with some good ideas and some clarity coming from your dreams. Another thing that I can get is that just in general, you'll be getting better sleep. Maybe you guys are working on creating better habits for yourself. And you guys will be resting more in this next month. All right, so yeah, that's what I'm getting for your blessings here. I'm gonna move those aside, and we are going to look at challenges now. Let's see what challenges we have for group 3. And I do always like to say that challenges are not there to get in the way of our goals. They are there to help. I mean, they are the path to our goals. You know what I mean? We have to overcome these challenges to get to where we're trying to go. And we always learn something from them. I believe that on the other side of every challenge is a blessing. So, hopefully that can help you, if there is any, to let go of any fear you guys might have of challenging situations in your life. Because I mean, not all the fear. There's always going to be some fear. It's there to protect us. It's a natural human emotion. But yeah, hopefully you can see that with every challenge, something better comes on the other side. There is a blessing on the other side of that challenge. So let's see what kind of challenges we got for you guys coming up in February. Of course, you got the Seven of Cups in reverse again. Maybe they're telling me I have some more to say about that. Okay, that's too much. I don't think there's going to be all that. So we'll go with that right there. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Empress, just because in my other groups I've been called to start with the Major Arcana card, so maybe that's just a pattern that I need to start going with from here on out. With the Empress coming as a challenge, the Empress talks about what's the word? The main word is like fertility. So fertility is very much something that we talk about when it comes to creation. Being fertile is like you have these ideas and you're able to just plant those seeds and they're going to grow for you. However, when we're talking about planting seeds, they do take time to grow. So kind of getting with this Empress coming out as a challenge that maybe you guys have a little bit of impatience in you, and this is saying that it's going to be a challenge for you to follow that process of planting seeds now, and then watering them for a while, and then having them come to fruition later down the line, so yeah, big energy there. Anything else with the Empress? Not really. That was kind of the big. Maybe, the Empress is very much feminine energy. Looking at this card, they represent that very well. There's a lot of feminine energy. They got the moon there. Intuition. Maybe you guys did get some swords cards coming out, so maybe you guys are more used to relying on your more mental side, your more logical side. So maybe it's going to be a challenge for you to tap into that more spiritual side and that intuition. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that with the whole dreams thing coming up too. Maybe that came up because you guys typically don't pay too much attention to your dreams. Maybe you kind of explain them away as like they're not telling you anything. But yeah, this Empress card is also telling me that it's going to be a challenge for you guys to step more into your feminine energy. And if you can take that challenge and step more into your feminine energy of receiving rather than always, acting, which kind of ties into that energy I got from planting the seeds and waiting for them to grow. It's like you plant the seeds, you do your action, but then the rest of the time it's, nurturing what you've already done, keeping up what you've already done and waiting to receive the abundance that's, going to be brought to you. So yeah, definitely patience is going to be a challenge. Faith is going to be a challenge. Using your intuition, I think what I'm getting now with all this stuff that I'm saying is that, yeah, there's going to be points where when you use your mind and your, regular five senses, you're looking at your situation and it's like, okay, I don't know if this is going to work out or not. And, that's a lot of times how it goes, especially for creative types, and making big changes in our lives. Like, we start something and we have faith in it, but then we're not seeing the results right away. And we're, trying to be patient and trying to wait, for our hard work to pay off. And we're continuing to put in the hard work in the meantime. But we're really wanting to see those results. And then other people come in and, they start asking, oh, how's it going? And then you have to tell them, over and over, oh, I'm still at this point, waiting for that big break or whatever, but, yeah, it's just important to keep in mind that, honoring your feminine energy and really getting in that energy of receiving and being faithful and being able to see with your third eye, being able to use your imagination and your faith to know that the way you want it to work out is how it's going to work out. But not everybody else is going to be able to see that. It's not going to be seen with the five senses. It's going to come at a time, after your faith has been tested, basically. And they're not doing it on purpose. That's just how this world works. Things take time to manifest, and especially when you have a really big dream, it takes a little bit longer to build that. Things take, they say Rome wasn't built in a day, you know what I mean? Like, big things take a lot of time to accomplish. But just as easily, things can be dismantled in an instant. So it's important to keep your faith and keep pushing along, every step of the way. Don't give up hope, because as soon as you give up, then everything you've worked for can just crumble and be done, and then you're definitely not going to get what you want. But I think what you want is something that is challenging to bring about. So with this Empress as the major arcana card coming out, that's very, very important, is that you always remember that this is something that you want, and you are co-creating it with the universe. And there's going to be times where you can't prove that it's actually going to happen for you, but that's where faith comes in, and you need to keep that faith and really do your best to be patient and know when it's time to act, and know when it's time, to be patient and to just keep plugging along in the ways that you are able to. Okay, with the Seven of Cups coming out again, coming out as a blessing and a challenge, and being in reverse, maybe what it's telling me is that, so, like I said, on the other side of every challenge is a blessing. So maybe the blessing is that you're going to be more decisive about things, but the challenge is going to come first, because February is a whole month. There's going to be a lot of things going on. So maybe the challenge coming first is that you are going to have a lot of options presented to you. And with the Seven of Cups, it talks a lot about illusion, where an opportunity can be presented to you and it can look really shiny and beautiful on the surface, but underneath all that glitz and glamour, it might not actually be something that's meant for you. And I think with that also coming out after this Empress energy is, and with the King of Swords we talked about with the intuition, I think it's important for you guys to, like I said, really trust your gut. Don't overthink it when it comes to making your choices, because when you're presented with a lot of choices and you start trying to do like a pros and con thing between 7 different options, like it just gets really convoluted and it gets really confusing. But when you can, go with your gut instincts and just be like, okay, maybe do process of elimination at first and be like, okay, I definitely want like this, and this, and then you have like 3 main ones, and you can say those other 4, like, I don't really need that right now. That's not in line with my highest good right now. So really now I just have to choose between 3 things, and then you kind of go for your gut feeling again, like, okay, which one do I need to do first? Sometimes you're not going to be able to pick everything you want to do, but it's like taking one step at a time and then having faith that as you go for that first thing, those other 2 things are not going to disappear. You're still going to have those opportunities when you're ready for them, that the universe is not just going to take them away because you're taking too long. You know what I mean? They want you to take the time that you need. Yeah, man, my mind kind of cut out as soon as I stopped talking about that. So I don't know if there's anything else coming with this 7 of Cups. I would just say, yeah, again, with it coming out, in reverse and talking about those illusions, just make sure that you do, when it comes to the thing that you're going to choose to do first, make sure to do a little bit of research. I'm not saying don't think about it at all. Like, you definitely do want to think it through before you act on it. But these things can be done quickly. It's when you take it too far that you can spend days and days trying to think and make a decision. Whereas when you go with your gut first and narrow something down, then all you have to do is kind of double check a couple things. Be like, okay, is this really what it seems to be? Is that really in line with what I'm looking for? Okay, yes, or no, it's not. I should go with the other thing. You know what I mean? Just try to simplify it. It might be challenging for you guys, especially with the King of Swords coming out as a blessing for you guys. Yeah, I think you guys are more inclined to make your decisions logically, and with these cards coming out as challenges, I think that that's going to be something that you are going to be not able to use as much, or you're going to have to cultivate this other half of you, this more feminine energy within you. With the Ace of Crystals, which is Ace of Pentacles in the original tarot, Ace of Pentacles talks about a like a new opportunity being brought to you. So like we were talking about with both of these 7 of Cups coming in, there are going to be multiple opportunities being brought to you. But with this Ace of Crystals coming out in reverse, typically what that's telling us is the challenge for you is going to be capitalizing on that opportunity. When it comes to opportunities, like I said, opportunities can be given to us all the time, but whether we take them or not is another thing. That's a decision that we have to make. And sometimes it can be very scary. I think what I'm getting with this is you're going to be presented with opportunities that might be a little bit scary to accept and to go for, because it's not something that's like, I always use this example. It's not like something where somebody tells you, hey, if you go to this school for this long, you'll get this degree, and then you'll be able to get a job in this field that pays this much. Like, that opportunity, you know exactly where it's going to end up. But when it comes to creative types, when it comes to being self-employed, things like that, the opportunities are not going to be like that. They're going to be okay, you want to do this? Well, you know, thousands and thousands of other people are doing it, and a lot of them are doing it different ways, and a lot of them reach their success in a different way. Um, and if you're going to be successful in this field, you cannot be like those other people. That person has already established their popularity with their personality and the way that they do things. You're going to have to stand out in a different way. Um, so again, it's like nothing is really guaranteed when it comes to this process that you're going through. And like I said, for a very intellectual person and someone who relies on their intellect to make decisions, that's going to be tough to do. So I think another challenge coming for you guys is going to be taking opportunities even when you can't see the end result, when it's just like, okay, this opportunity could like be a big break for me, or it could be a total waste of time and, you know, not amount to anything. But it's like, you know, you got to use your intuition and say, okay, is going for this opportunity worth it no matter what? Like, even if I go for this opportunity, could it lead to other things? Could it lead to me learning more about the field that I'm in? Could it learn to me making connections with people that might help me down the line? Like, it's never going to be a waste of time. At the very, very worst, it's going to be a learning lesson for an opportunity that you're not going to take again because it's not aligned with what you want. But, you know, best case, it'll be an opportunity that works out better than you even thought and then leads to an even bigger opportunity, which leads to another big opportunity, you know. But don't be afraid of failure. Failure is part of the process. Failure is, you know, many steps on the way to success. I was talking about in another group too how, like, when you're going through this creative process, it's like you go through the planning stage, and then you're going to have some failure, and then you're going to go through your beginning stage, and then there's going to be more failures, and then you're going to go into your, you know, veteran stage after you've learned from starting out, and then you're kind of getting more comfortable, and then you're going to fail some more, and then you're going to learn from that, and then you're going to be able to start mastering your craft, and then you're still going to be failing, you know. Like, no matter what, failure is going to be part of the process. And as long as you're going towards something that you're truly passionate about, that really means something to you deep within your soul, like, that's never going to stop you. That's only going to teach you, and that's only going to, yeah, basically add to what you have to offer, those types of experiences, and it's going to guide you in the right direction. So yeah, that's challenges for you guys. Now let's go ahead and look at inner child healing for you guys for this next month. And sorry if this reading is super vague. It's hard when I get the energy of creative type people creating something, because it could literally be so many things. But I try to just keep it as general as possible and just talk about the energy. So I hope that what's been coming out so far has been useful and resonating with your situation. So inner child healing for group 3. What kind of inner child healing is going to be helpful for them in February? We have flow with water. Let's see what flow has to say. And it did come out in reverse, which is significant in this deck. So first I'm going to read the reversed meaning, because that's obviously the main thing that's coming out. there's a reason that it came out in reverse. So it says, when reversed, you are deep in flow, in tune with your emotions and the cosmos. Why not swim a little deeper? All right, so we're going to read what Flo has to say, and based off what she has to say, we're gonna get into that energy and understanding of what flow means and being in the flow. And it came out in reverse because you are in that flow. It says, in tune with your emotions and the cosmos. Why not swim a little deeper? So your healing is going to be taking that level that you're already at and even diving deeper into, you know, how much you can trust the flow of the universe, and how much you can, like I said, trust that things are going to work out even when they're not guaranteed to, even when other people can't see it. So it says, I am flow. Inhale, exhale. Emotions do not scare me, for I am like the water. No matter how much you shake me, I return to stillness. My ability to embrace, be with, and transmute my emotions inspires others to do the same. I am a safe haven for those in deep emotional pain. I am a powerful teacher of how to find safety in the uncomfortable. So this next part is saying probably not what you need to hear, so I'm going to skip that. Now, I'm just going to select what to read because I don't want to read the part where it's saying that you're not in this flow, because the reverse meaning said that you are, but it's going to say, but like swimming amongst the waves, it's better to simply swim through the waves than try to resist them. Emotions are a powerful guidance system. When we are in alignment, they can show us when something or someone is wrong for us. They can show us what we need to heal. They can teach us about our connections and so much more. All right, so very cool. This is actually the first time that an inner child card has come out, pretty much telling me that you guys don't have much inner child healing to do this month. So snaps to you guys on doing that emotional work and really working on yourselves, and getting into this flow of your emotions and understanding your emotions. I think that's something to really be proud of. Like I said, this is not common. Usually with these cards, there's some deep trauma that needs to be worked with. In the last pile, I was crying because it was such an emotional topic. But you guys, you know, look at this card. You're in the flow with your emotions. You're doing the work. I think that's beautiful. And there's a mantra for flow. The mantra is, it is safe to feel. Which, you know, like I said, coming up in reverse, I think you guys know that. But maybe that's something that you'll need to be reminded of. Like I said, coming up, some of the challenges, like I said, are going to be to continue trusting your intuition. Maybe right now you guys are in this flow where it's like, yeah, I trust the universe. Everything has been working out for me. You know, the more I believe in them, the more I believe in myself, the more things are working out the way I want, even though there's challenges. Like, they test me, and then I come out on the other side of those challenges better for it, and you know, just nothing is stopping me. But one thing that I always say is, like, the more that you have, the more you have to lose. So I think the more you guys build on this energy that you're in, and build this reputation that you have, and build this creative idea, this creative project, this passion that you have, you know, the more you're gonna have to lose. So things can, you know, still get scary along the way. It's not like, you just trust the universe and then you never doubt it again, like there's going to be a point where you're going to want something really bad, and it's going to be very unsure. It's not going to be guaranteed whether you're going to achieve it or not. And you're going to have to push, like it says here, you're going to have to swim a little deeper, and you're going to have even more trust in the universe than you ever had before, to trust that they're going to get you to this next stage as well. So that's really all I'm getting here from this card, is that you guys are doing a wonderful job doing the inner work, being in touch with your emotions, seeing them as information, and letting your emotions tell you things rather than pushing them away. You're, like it says, swimming through the waves, not against them. Letting your emotions be, letting yourself feel them, and trusting, the flow of time, the flow of your life, the flow of the universe. Just remember that as you keep moving forward, that's not going to stop. It's still going to take conscious effort on your part to have faith in yourself and have faith in the universe to achieve these big dreams that you have. All right, so now we're going to get the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle, and these are the final cards that are coming out. So we're going to ask your higher self for some parting advice for this next month. Just see how they want to end it off. Let's see what they have to say. Final advice for group 3. Sorry, I forgot to tell them what I'm looking for. Final advice from group 3's higher self. What do you want them to know? What do you want them to think about? All right. Tower. Unplug and relax for a spell. All right, let's see. It's time you took a step back and spent some quality time with your one true best friend, yourself. Look up some yoga videos on YouTube. Try out guided meditation. Read a book from a genre you might not usually read. Take a morning stroll around your neighborhood and discover places you've never been before. When we take the time needed to recharge, we're paying the greatest respect to ourselves. Wonderful. I love that. That is a beautiful message, especially for creative types, people with passion, people who are, creating something that's true for themselves, especially, like I said, if you're starting your own business or something like that. It's really important that, that doesn't become your entire identity. That doesn't become your entire life. It's very important that you take time for things that, like it says here, that just recharge your battery, that just help you let go of all the weights and stress and worries of your life, so that you can come back to it refreshed and have good energy to put back into your work, you know what I mean? And when you're constantly surrounding yourself with one thing, you're only going to learn so much. The more you can, again, unplug from your day-to-day life and do something new, like it says here, try out guided meditation, read a book from a genre you might not usually read, take a morning stroll around your neighborhood, discover places you've never been before. Having new experiences will always add to your creation. Think if you were an author and all you do is stay at home writing, and you go to the same job every day or something to support your writing career, like, you're only going to have so many experiences, and at some point you're going to have the same experiences over and over. But when you go out into life and you do new things and you try new things and you expose yourself to new ideas, that's going to make your art, that's going to make your craft more dynamic. You're going to have more to bring back to that art, and add to it and have it grow. What else was I going to say with that? Well, I forgot, but I mean, you get it. It's about, going out, having new experiences, recharging, and giving yourself that space to not be working all the time. You know what I mean? You need to decompress. You need to enjoy life as well, as much as I'm sure you do enjoy your craft. When you're doing it too much, sometimes it's not the best thing. It's not the best thing for it. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Thank you for bringing that back. When, we are working on something so hard, and like I said, when it is taking time to achieve and we're trying to be patient, sometimes it's really easy to be like, okay, this still hasn't happened. Like, I need to work harder. I need to push more. I need to be creating more. And it can feel like, especially if you're trying to build something, like build a following or something, you might feel like if you take some time off, that everything you've worked for is just going to disappear all of a sudden, like because you spend a couple weeks on self-care, or maybe, like I said, taking a vacation, having some different experiences, or even taking a day or two to do those things, that everything you built for, you're going to be set behind or something. But it's very important with this card coming out that, like a tower, it needs to have a solid foundation. And if you're trying to build something as fast as possible, it might get tall really fast, but, the bottom is going to be not much bigger than the top. And pretty soon it's going to be obvious that it's not built on a stable foundation. So it would make sense, and it would be better serving to you to, yes, build up, as you go, but also go back to that foundation and make sure that you're grounding yourself, as you keep building up, if that makes sense. I hope that was I know the metaphor is good, but I don't know if I explained it super well. So yeah, like I said, don't be afraid to take breaks from building up, you know what I mean? From building forward in your journey, to take the time to build your foundation and become grounded in the ways you need to, because that's only going to help you in the future. It's not going to set you back, I guess, is what I'm trying to say there, or what your higher self is trying to say. Now we're going to go ahead and end it off with the Spark Magic matches. Get 2 of these. If you're not familiar, I lay out 2 just in case you really like the whole choice aspect of it, just choosing one and listening to that one. Or you can just listen to both and see which one calls to you more, or you can do both if you like. So, first one says, list your relationship goals and keep them near your bed for 1 moon cycle. List your relationship goals and keep them near your bed for 1 moon cycle. And I just want to say with this, like, even if you're not in a relationship, like, this can be your relationship to yourself. This can be the goals for your relationship to your work. This can be the goals for your relationship to your family. Whatever it is, list your relationship goals and keep them near your bed for 1 moon cycle. So I think the moon in Aquarius is going to end around the 18th of February. So, that'll give you some time to make this list of goals and think about what you're trying to manifest for the next moon. And then, like I said, around the 18th, 19th, keep this list near your bed and see over that next month, into the middle end of March, how those goals are coming along. I'm very much into manifesting with the moon cycles. I hope you guys explore that too if you haven't already. Design a symbol that reminds you to be your best self and use it often. Well then, maybe a lot of you guys are artists. Like I said, I know you guys are definitely creative in some way, but designing a symbol that reminds you to be your best self and use it often, that's wonderful. Yeah, I really don't have much to add to that one. So that's all I have for you guys, Group 3. Thank you so much for watching and for sharing your energy with me. Like I said, with this flow card coming out and the fact that you guys didn't have anything to work on for your inner child, and with that spider card coming out and the reputable card coming out, I can feel that you guys are very much a strong spirit, a very connected soul to the spiritual realm, and you guys are here with a big purpose. A lot of energy I felt with your blessings and challenges was that your purpose is so big that it is going to be challenging, and it is going to kind of take a while to bring into this world, but I can't wait to hear and see what you guys have in store for us. I think it's gonna be wonderful. So if you enjoyed this reading, please let me and others know by hitting that thumbs up. If there are any messages you have for me or anyone else in our community of misfits, please express those down in the comments. And if you would like to see this channel grow and continue, please show your support by subscribing and telling your friends to check it out if they're into spiritual shit. Thank you again. Thank you guys. Thank you, Group 3. I'm sending you peace, love, healing energy, and until next time, later.